From our studios at Riley High School, it's time for Michiana's #1 student talk show, Buzz in the Bend.
Hello and welcome to Buzz in the Bend, Michiana's #1 student talk show. I'm Alex Almanza from Riley High School.
I'm Cooper Van Driesch from Riley High School.
And I'm Max, also from Riley High School.
Yes, please give a warm welcome to our guest host for Buzz in the Bend, Cooper Van Driesch. He's a freshman at Riley High School and hopes to join this program his junior year. Now tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of your plans for this program.
Well, I know I'm only a freshman, but I've already thought about things what we can add and what we can make better for this program, and I hope to bring those to the program when I am a junior.
Right, and those are some of the things that I was even thinking about as I got to the program. I mean, we didn't have a website before, and I was like, we need a website, we need this, we need that, we need a whole bunch of things like that. So definitely bringing up the program and in hopes for newer students. And much like Cooper, here we have Max. Max is our new foreign exchange student in our audio video production class. Now, tell us where you're from and some project that you've worked on.
My name is Max. I'm an English exchange student from Riley High School. I came here from Central Asian country, Kyrgyzstan. In my country, I tried myself in short wines in Instagram, if you know what's it.
Yeah,
I tried with my friends to film pranks, interviews, motivational videos, a lot of other things. And after this big experience with cameras, I started to work like video maker, like editor, and after that I found a big team, and we got a sponsor with who we created a big studio in my country. Yeah.
Right. So you've got almost like a company going on here.
Yeah, something like that.
You make actual money, and I've seen some of your work, and I mean, I've started at the age of 7. I picked up my dad's camera and just started going around the house. I did little news segments and movies, and it was just a lot of fun. But I personally want to say, you're doing a great job, and we can't wait to see some of your work. Now let's take a closer look at the beautiful country of Kyrgyzstan. Again, beautiful country. Maybe we should visit there one day. What do you think?
Yeah.
Now, the two candidates running to take the soon-to-be vacated seat of current South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg faced off in a debate Tuesday, October 1st at the YWCA Camp Hall. Republican Sean Haas and Democrat James Mueller were asked hard-hitting questions, including the current stability of the relationship between residents and the South Bend Police Department.
It was mostly a quiet audience at the YWCA Camp Hall last Tuesday evening. The mayoral debate for South Bend's two candidates was held Tuesday, October 1st, and policing was among the many topics discussed. Ever since an officer-involved shooting that claimed the life of Eric Logan, the topic of policing is still on people's minds. As expected, Republican candidate Sean Haas and Democratic candidate James Mueller had different perspectives.
There is a significant portion of our population that doesn't trust the police. And it's not necessarily from what our police are doing day to day. Some of it are larger systemic issues that have been around for some time.
I believe there are bad actors in every single profession, whether it's police officers, teachers, lawyers, they're bad examples. But to blanketly call an entire force racist based on the actions of a few, I think is irresponsible.
Both candidates said public safety was a top priority, while another was infrastructure.
When it comes to roads specifically, the gas tax hasn't been, it doesn't get raised very often.
One person in the crowd shared what he thought of the debate.
I was a teacher at Riley, I'm now a teacher at Penn High School, and I'm also the secretary of the St. Joe County Republican Party. What I took from it is I'm obviously supporting Sean Haas. I love Sean's heart. He has the heart of a teacher. He wants to bring that heart to the city. He understands the basic issues that cities can affect in order to change people's lives.
Neighborhoods, the unlicensed abortion clinic in South Bend, and transportation were other topics discussed at Tuesday night's debate.
And of course, America has all eyes on South Bend. Of course, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, who's going to fill that position? We wish both candidates running for mayor the best of luck. Now, elections are November 5th, and the deadline to register to vote has already passed.
Everybody Has a Story has partnered with our audio and video program once again to create a video presentation for its 6th annual music and variety show to benefit the YWCA of North Central Indiana. The concert takes place on Saturday, October 19th at 7 p.m. at Vegetable Buddies in South Bend, Indiana. Our students will also be there to record the event.
A great opportunity for AV students to get real-world experience with clients. And of course, our contribution to this event goes to a charitable cause. It's going to be a great opportunity to get your hands in there. And with that, we'll be back after the break. Stick around. Welcome back to Buzz in the Bend. Dolomite Is My Name is a new biographical comedy film written by Scott Alexander and Riley High School alumnus Larry Karaszewski. The film stars Eddie Murphy as filmmaker Rudy Ray Moore, best known for portraying the character of Dolomite in both his stand-up routine and a series of blaxploitation films, starting with Dolomite in 1975.
How did you two land on this project and writing it?
About 16 years ago, we got a phone call saying that Eddie Murphy wanted to meet us. And we're like, yes, that sounds great. So we went over to meet Eddie Murphy, and we walked in, and he started doing lines from a film he wrote called Ed Wood. And he was like doing all the characters, and it turned out he loved Ed Wood. And then he looked at us and said, do you guys know who Rudy Ray Moore is? And we're like, yes, we know who Rudy Ray Moore is, because we were obsessed with Rudy Ray Moore in college. Like Scott actually bought me VHSs for my birthday present.
Yeah. So yes, we knew Rudy,
and we got obsessed instantly. We were like, Rudy Ray Moore and Eddie Murphy, absolutely. That sounds like the greatest movie of all time.
And so then Eddie said, well, let's try to do this. And suddenly, a week later, we were in an office with Rudy Ray Moore, and we spent the day with Rudy. And it was very nice, and we were really excited, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah, we couldn't sell it.
That's Hollywood. It's like not everything works out. And then flash forward 100 years, and after People vs. OJ, we sort of had an opportunity to do something special. and we had the opportunity to put the band back together for Dolomite.
The film had its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival in September and will have a limited theatrical release before hitting Netflix on October 25th. Now, Larry K. recently wrote the award-winning O.J. Simpson Ministries American Crime Story. He also wrote for Tim Burton for Ed Wood and Big Eyes. Now, this is great to hear. Riley High School alumnus Larry Karaszewski. Big things come from Riley. So a lot of cool things. I saw the trailer for Ed Wood, and it was a very interesting movie. It's about like a filmmaker who, he's on a budget and he's trying to make these really cool movies. So really cool thing that we're seeing out there.
Yeah. And as you were saying, Maria Catanzaro at WNDU is also a very own Riley grad.
Right, and we forgot about that.
From this program.
I saw her on the hallway.
Yeah, the hallway.
Yeah, so very cool.
The Riley High School Drama Club is presenting their first production of the year, The Case of Alex Hansen. Alex and I are fortunate enough to be among the cast. Let's take a sneak peek.
The Case of Alex Hansen is about a boy named Alex Hansen who wakes up in jail and is put on the trial for his life, but the catch is he has no idea why he's on trial. The whole show consists of Alex as well as the audience figuring out why he's on trial. Because you guys bring so much energy and life to this show, but that life and energy is absolutely killed if we don't go over our blocking outside of the whole idea of a student-directed theater program started because my sophomore year we didn't have any show performed. We normally had a spring musical and that didn't end up happening. So I went to Mr. Henderson and talked to him about the idea of us having students lead a fall play because we used to have fall plays. He was all on board with the idea, and last year we kicked off the whole program with Anonymous, which I also directed.
Just like the worm here, struggled and wriggled and said, I don't want to die. All right, enough of this tomfoolery, Hansen.
My character, I play the judge, and the judge is usually he's very lazy and things like that. So it's definitely a very fun character to play.
Stenographer.
Of the 372 worms, the defendant.
So my character is very confident and sassy, I guess. You get kind of a Mean Girls vibe from her. And she pretty much just wants to get her way in the court. What I like about this experience is that it's the students that lead it, and it's not an adult production. It's just more like the students took on what they wanted to do.
Should a trial proceed?
Never mind, just never mind. The point is, to me it's a lot different than in plays I've been in the past, because it's all been like teacher directed, but I'm liking this experience a little bit more than I have been in the past, just because I feel we can connect more through a student directed play. Show dates are October 24th to the 26th at 7 p.m. in the Riley Auditorium. Tickets are $5 and will be sold at the door.
I'm gonna be having a lot of fun playing the judge.
And I'm just enjoying being Alex in general. It's a really fun play, a lot different than what I've done. So
right, I get to be lazy a little bit too. So we wrapped up Week 7 of Friday Night Football here in Michiana. Ricky Trotter has a sports update.
We will be heading into Week 8 in the high school football season, but for now, let's look at last week's scores. The Riley Wildcats lost against Glenn with the score being 35-13. Washington Panthers won against Bremen with the score being 28-25. Clay lost to Ben Harbor with the score being 36-0. And the Adams Eagles lost to Elkhart Central with the score being 40-0. Tonight, the Adams Eagles will have a home game against Washington. The Riley Wildcats will have a home game against New Perry, and Clay will have a home game against Glenn.
This Friday is going to be Riley High School's last football game, so it's going to be a fun one. You also play soccer. Tell us a little bit about that.
I've been playing soccer since 6 years old. I used to play in professional club in my country, and I played here in school varsity. Yeah, I think we did a great job, but we lost our sectional. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I was so sad 2 days ago. Yeah.
That's all right. Do they have the same thing over there, like a soccer team that you participated in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's very cool. Wow. And again, we'd like to thank Cooper for joining us here on Buzz in the Ben, and Max for joining us in our class. Can't wait to do it again. You ready? As always, be sure to click that subscribe button, tap the bell icon to get notified when we upload a new video, and also be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. With that, we'll see you next time.